Welcome in online education English medium class 9 science subject. Today's topic is carbon and important element. आज इसके हमें क्वेश्चन एंड आंसर्स देखने हैं. So my name is Gautam from Ganesh Nagar MPS Secondary School Kandivali West. So in question answer first question exercise question number 1, select the proper option and complete the statement. Now we have to fill in the blanks and we have to choose the words given in the bracket, words from single, all, double, ionic, carbon, give and take, hydrogen, multiple, share, most, covalent. Among these words we have to select and fill the given blank. First question is, a carbon atom forms a blank bond with other atom. In this bond, two atoms blank electron. Now the answer or the words fit in those blanks are given as below. A carbon atom forms a covalent bond. So as the carbon is having a valency of 4, so it shares its 4 electron with another atom and the electrons of other atoms to completes its outermost shell. Hence, by sharing carbon atom, by sharing completes its outermost shell. Therefore, a covalent bond established between the carbon atom and the neighboring bonding atom. Such a bond is known as covalent bond. A carbon atom forms a covalent bond with other atoms. In this bond, the two atoms share electron. By sharing, covalent bond is obtained by sharing. Therefore, it is known as covalent bond. So the two blanks filled it here as the covalent and share. Explanation: a carbon atom forms a covalent bond with other atom because its outer shell is half full as shown in the figure. In the covalent bond, sharing of electron takes place. For example, CH4. In the adjacent figure, the figure is given figure of CH4 methane molecule in which the carbon occupies central position along with its 4 electrons and the neighboring hydrogen atoms make a bond with carbon atoms by sharing its electron. Hence, the hydrogen atom complete its outermost shell by sharing a 1 electrons and the total electrons in outermost shell of hydrogen becomes 2. Similarly, carbon also completes its outermost shell by gaining or sharing 4 electrons of hydrogen with other atoms. Its shell becomes and stable. Second B, all the carbon bonds in a saturated carbon blank electrons. All carbon bonds saturated hydrocarbon blank electrons. How many electrons does the carbon bond in saturated hydrocarbon does have? So the answer is all the carbon bonds in saturated hydrocarbon share electron. They actually share the electron. Now explanation. Hydrocarbons having only single bonds between carbon atoms are called saturated hydrocarbons. Saturated form covalent bond by sharing of electrons. So the saturated form of carbon is formed by sharing of electrons. So this is the word fills here as a share. Next, another question is C. At least one carbon bond in an unsaturated hydrocarbon is. Now, according to the definition of unsaturated hydrocarbons, it must have two or more than two bond. So The answer is at least one carbon bond in unsaturated hydrocarbon is double. At least double. It may be triple also. The explanation: some hydrocarbons have a multiple bond between two carbon atoms. A multiple bond can be a double bond or triple bond. Hydrocarbons having at least one multiple bond are called unsaturated hydrocarbon. For example, ethene. Now the example is given as a ethene in which there exist two bond between double bond between carbon and carbon atom. So as we see the examples molecular structures given below, ethane C2H6 have a molecular structure in which there is a single bond between carbon and carbon atom and single bond between carbon and hydrogen. So all the bonds in ethane C2H6 is single bond, hence it is a saturated, it's the example of saturated compound. Now on observing a second molecular structure of C2H4 ethene, the slightly different word is ethene. Ethene. The last three alphabets in the name actually change. In last three alphabet of ethane is ANE, but in ethene it is ENE. So the molecular structure of ethene is C2H4. There is a double bond between two carbon atom and single bond between hydrogen atoms. And the third structure, if you observe, that is ethine. The last three alphabets is YNE C2H2. The molecular structure is there is a triple bond between two carbon atoms and single bond between the hydrogen atom. So ethene and ethine are examples of unsaturated carbon atoms, carbon molecule, hydrocarbons. But ethane C2H6 is saturated hydrocarbon. Another question is D. Blank is essential element in all the organic compound. Now, what is essential in all organic compound? Answer is carbon is essential element in all the organic compound. Explanation: carbon atom exhibits a characteristic property. It can form a chain of carbon atom by forming covalent bond with other carbon atoms. Hence, it is the most essential element in the organic compound. So carbon actually exhibits a property. Carbon atom actually shows a property that it forms a chain. It's from a chain of molecules or chain of atoms that build up into a molecule with a covalent bond with other atom. So formation of a covalent bond, it is the characteristics of carbon atom. Therefore carbon is essential for organic compounds. Another question is the besides there is a chart given. The carbon compounds are classified into organic compounds and inorganic compounds. Organic compounds are from, we get organic compounds from living things. Example: sugar, protein, starch, animal and plants also. But inorganic compounds obtain not from the living things. It is from minerals, from earth crust, etc. Examples are carbon dioxide, sodium carbonate, chalks, etc. Then another question number E. The elements hydrogen is present in blank organic compound. The element hydrogen is present in most organic compound. Now, carbon is essential, but hydrogen is present in most of the organic compound, because organic compounds are nothing but hydrocarbons, maximum hydrocarbons. So hydrogen along with carbon. So most element is hydrogen present in organic compound. The element hydrogen is present in most organic compound. Explanation: along with carbon, the element hydrogen is also included in most organic compound. Another question number 2. Answer the following questions. Why are carbon and its compounds used as a fuel? Why we use carbon as a fuel? So the first answer, A. Carbon and its compound used as a fuel due to the following reason. First reason is why we use carbon as a fuel. The first reason is when most of the carbon and its compound is burned in air, it gives a lot of heat, light and energy. Since on burning carbon, we get heat, light, and energy. Therefore, it do a work of fuel. So we used carbon as a fuel because it gives a energy, heat, and light also. Second reason, they have high calorific value. Thus, on burning in air, they give large amount of heat and energy. Since carbon burns completely or gives or having a more high calorific value means it's generate heat or gives heat. Therefore, the carbon compounds or carbon objects have maximum heat inside of it. On burning, they given it out, so it's have a high calorific value. So carbon is carbon is suitable for a fuel because it gives heat and energy. Third reason, when saturated hydrocarbon, that is hydrocarbon having single bond, is burned in air, less smoke with clean flame is produced. Now, when saturated hydrocarbons are burned, so it produces less smoke and clean flame. The flame, like given besides, it's a blue color flame. It's considered to be a clean flame because it does not produce smoke. Therefore, carbon compounds used as a fuel because it gives light energy, it gives a heat, light, and energy. It's have a high calorific value. Also, it do not produce a smoke. Therefore, carbon compounds are used as fuel. Another question number 2b. Answer the following questions: in which compound forms does carbon occur? Now, where the carbon occur? Answer is carbon occurs in crystalline form and non-crystalline form. So, first one, carbon has three crystalline form, also known as allotropes, which are diamond, graphite, and fullerenes. So carbon have three crystalline form, namely diamond, graphite, and fullerenes. Coal, charcoal, coke are non-crystalline forms of carbon. Another form of carbon is coal, charcoal, and coke, but it comes under non-crystalline form. Third one is the two types of hydrocarbons form in which carbon occurs as a saturated hydrocarbons and unsaturated hydrocarbons. We also classified carbon into saturated and unsaturated. So there are three types of carbon forms present on the basis of crystallinity and non-crystallinity, and on the basis of saturated and unsaturated. The crystalline forms have three examples: diamond, graphite, and fullerenes, and the non-crystalline forms have three examples: coal, charcoal, and coke, and saturated and unsaturated hydrocarbons having a single bond and double and triple bond likewise. So here allotrope of carbon, fullerenes, diamond, and graphite, the images are given. The fullerenes, diamond, and graphite. Also, the charcoal, coal, coke's images is given. Second question, question number 2c. Answer the following questions. Write the use of diamond. The first question here is the uses of diamond. Answer: diamond is a crystalline form of carbon. Used of diamond are the following. Now, the list of use of diamonds is given as: first use is diamonds are used in making ornaments. The jewelry, since the diamond is uh, very bright, luxurious, and shines, reflect the very colorful light. Therefore, it is used in jewelry ornament. Another use of diamond is the diamond are used in rock drilling and glass cutting machine. Since diamond is very sharp and diamond is very hard or most hard substance in the world, hardest substance in the world. Therefore, diamond can be used in cutting a rock drilling machine. And also, since diamond is very sharp, having a sharp edge, it also used for cutting a glass. Next use of diamond is to carry out eye surgery. Diamond knives are used. The figure given here in below, that the sharp edge of diamond is used as a knife for eye surgery. Since eye surgery is very um, difficult to perform, and no sharp objects or the other sharp objects can maybe harm the eye surgery. Therefore, very sharp object and hard substance like diamond is used for the eye surgery to carry out. The fourth one is diamond dust is used for polishing other diamonds. Since diamonds have its variety of types, there the diamonds exist in many types. So there may be a colorful diamond, black diamond, likewise blue diamond, green diamond. So some of the diamond dust is used for to polish the other diamond. Another one, the diamond is used to make window, giving protection from radiation in space in artificial satellite. Since in space the temperature is very abnormal, so too, and there is no any protection from the radiation from sun. So we used window or the cover of diamond to protect our satellite and space shuttle from the harmful radiation. Since diamond's melting point is very high, therefore it does not allow the radiation to melt the spacecraft or satellite. So these are the five uses for making ornaments, for rock drilling and glass cutting, for eye surgery, for polishing, and for protection of satellite from harmful radiation. Next, question number 3, explain the differences. A diamond and graphite, B, crystalline, non-crystalline form of carbon. The first one is diamond and graphite. Now, in diamond, every carbon atom is bonded to 4 neighboring atoms by covalent bond. Now, the figure is also given below, in which you can see the central atom, the, the atoms at the center is bonded to the 4 neighboring atoms. 4 neighboring atoms. So, by covalent bond, so this is the structure of diamond. But what happened in graphite is, in graphite, every carbon atom is bonded to 3 other carbon atoms by covalent bond. Now, on observing the structure of graphite, every central atom bonded to only 3 neighboring carbon atoms. So, this is the difference between diamond and graphite. Diamond is bonded to 4 neighboring carbon atoms, and in graphite, the central atom of carbon is bonded to only 3 neighboring carbon atoms. Second difference is diamond exists in tetragonal three-dimensional structure, but graphite exists in hexagonal layer structure. So this is the difference. Second is their structural difference. Diamond have tetragonal three-dimensional structure, but graphite have hexagonal layer structure. Third difference, you can draw their atoms arrangement and show the difference. Then fourth one difference is diamond has free electrons moving inside, no free electrons moving inside, because it is a bad conductor of electricity. Since all the atoms bonded with each other, therefore no free electrons present in diamond atom to conduct the electricity. Therefore, diamond is bad conductor of electricity. Now, what happened in graphite is free electrons move continuously within the entire layer of graphite because it is a good conductor of electricity. Since every carbon atom in graphite is bonded to only 3 other carbon atom, so one electron is always free to move within the graphite. Therefore, that free electrons conduct the electricity. So in diamond, no free electrons available for the conduction of electricity, but in graphite, free electrons are available to conduct the electricity. Therefore, diamond is bad conductor and graphite is good conductor. Next difference between diamond and graphite is pure diamond is the hardest natural substance. Now the diamond is very hard and it is the hardest in the world. And graphite is black, soft, brittle, and slippery. Graphite is not much hard. Its color is black. It's a soft, brittle, and slippery in nature. So these are the 5 differences between the diamond and graphites are given in this question. Next question is difference between crystalline and non-crystalline form of carbon. So we have already discussed the crystalline form and non-crystalline form. Now come to its detail, the difference between crystalline and non-crystalline. The first difference is a crystalline form has definite and regular arrangement of atoms. And in non-crystalline form, a non-crystalline form has indefinite and irregular arrangement of atoms. In crystalline form, if we see the atomic arrangement, crystalline form have definite and regular arrangement of atom. But in non-crystalline form, the atoms are arranged irregularly and indefinite orders. You can observe it from the structure also. See the first crystalline structure, the atoms are regular in one line, but in non-crystalline form, they are irregular, randomly arranged. This is the second difference between crystalline and non-crystalline, in which you can draw their atomic arrangement also. The third difference, they have a definite geometrical shape. Now, crystalline form, since having a definite regular arrangement atoms, also they have geometrical shape. But non-crystalline forms do not have a geometrical shape. They are irregular in shape. Third one, they have sharp melting point. Crystalline forms have sharp melting points. Means if it is a if it melts at 50 degrees Celsius, it means all the materials, the whole material melt at 50 degrees Celsius. But what happened to the non-crystalline form or amorphous form? They melt over a range of temperature. So on a range means some part of the material may melt at 40 degrees Celsius, some may melt at 50 degrees Celsius. So there is no sharp at only a single temperature at which the whole material melts in amorphous form or non-crystalline form. But crystalline form material, whole material melt at a single point temperature. Another difference is carbon exists in 3 crystalline forms, which are diamond, graphite, and fullerenes, and the non-crystalline form in which carbon exists in 3 amorphous forms, which are coal, charcoal, and coke. So these are the 4 differences between the crystalline and non-crystalline form. The first one is their atomic arrangement, in which crystalline forms are regularly arranged, the atoms are regularly arranged, and in non-crystalline form, the atoms are irregularly arranged. The another difference is the you can draw the structure like the atoms, and third difference you can write about their shape. The crystalline form have geometrical shape, but non-crystalline form do not have geometrical shape. In third difference, you can write about their melting point. Crystalline form have sharp melting point, but non-crystalline form have a range of temperatures in which they melt. And in fourth point, you can write their examples. In crystalline form, there are 3 examples: diamond, graphite, and fullerenes. In non-crystalline form, carbon exists in 3 examples: coal, charcoal, and coke. So next question is write a scientific reason. Now we have to give the reason. The first is graphite is a conductor of electricity. Now why graphite is a conductor of electricity? Why do graphite conducts electricity? Answer: the graphite is a good conductor of electricity due to the following reasons. The first reason is in graphite, carbon atoms are arranged in different layers. Now in side, besides I given an image of the atomic structure of carbon atoms at atomic level, how the atoms are arranged in graphite. So you can see here hexagonal structure of carbon atoms attach each other, in which central carbon atom is attached to three neighboring carbon atoms, and red spotted free electrons are available to move within the layer. So in graphite, first reason is atoms are arranged in layer. Second reason is in each layer, every carbon atom is linked to three neighboring carbon atom. As I told already, every carbon atoms in graphite are linked to three neighboring carbon atoms. Third reason is the fourth electron of each carbon atom is free to move continuously within the entire layer. In the figure, adjacent figure, red spotted electrons are free electrons and they can move everywhere into the entire layer, within the entire layer. Because of the presence of these free electrons in different layers, graphite becomes good conductor of electricity. Since these free electrons are available to conduct the electricity, therefore graphite is called good conductor of electricity. The second question is, graphite is not used in ornament. Now, why graphite cannot be used in ornament? Graphite, you can see graphite inside the pencil, that is lead, is actually the lead is actually a graphite. You can see in your pencil. So this graphite cannot be used in ornament. Why is it so? Why we cannot use graphite as ornament? Because of the following reasons. First is, for making ornament, properties like transparency of substance, reflection of light, and hardness should be present. So ornaments or jewelry material must be hard, must reflect the light, and must be transparent to look a shiny, bright, and luxurious look. The substance must be of this type. But in graphite, all these properties are absent. Graphite neither transparent, light, and graphite not either hard. Next one, it is soft, brittle, black, and slippery in nature. Graphite is soft, brittle, black, and slippery. Thus, it is not used in making ornaments. Therefore, we cannot use graphite as a ornament. Next question is, see, when lime water CaOH twice is passed through CO2, the following reaction takes place. Lime water turn milky when CO2 pass through it. Now the question is, why lime water becomes milky when CO2 pass through it? Carbon dioxide when passes through a lime water, it becomes milky. Why this is happens so? It is because of the reason given here. When lime water CaOH twice is passed through CO2, the following reaction takes place. CaOH twice plus CO2 gives CaCO3 plus H2O. Now this CaCO3, what is this CaCO3? In this reaction, when lime water comes in contact with the gas released in the form of an effervescence, it turns milky. This is a chemical test for carbon dioxide gas. When lime water turns milky, it is confirmed that effervescence is of carbon dioxide. Now, in this reaction, this lime water, when CaOH twice, it comes in contact with carbon dioxide, it forms a CaCO3, calcium carbonate. Calcium carbonate is actually a white color, therefore liquid looks as a milky, and this confirms the presence of CO2 in the effervescence. Another question is, biogas is an eco-friendly fuel. Now, why biogas is called eco-friendly fuel? It is called because of the following reason. Animal dung, dry leaves, wet garbage get decomposed by anaerobic microbes in a biogas plant. Now, if you observe the biogas plant, uh, it still is present in the villages, in remote areas where the farmers use their animals waste to produce a fuel. So such a fuel, biogas fuel or biogas, is eco-friendly because it is used or it is made by animal dung. It is produced by animal dung. Animal dung is a biodegradable. It can completely decompose. Then dry leaves, it also completely decomposes. then wet garbage get decomposed by anaerobic microbes in the biogas plant. These animal dung, dry leaves, wet garbage are decomposed by some microorganisms in anaerobic. Anaerobic means in absence of oxygen, in absence of air. These microorganisms decomposes these animal dung, dry leaves, wet garbage and converts into something another form. This process biogas, methane gas. Biogas is a very cheap fuel option which is also used for cooking gas. Now since biogas is made or obtained or produced from these animal dung, dry leaves, wet garbage, so these are available everywhere. So this biogas is actually a cheap, not much costly, and therefore it can also used for cooking gas. Instead of LPG, CNG cycle, we can also use biogas from these animal dung, dry leaves and wet garbage. Biogas is used for production of electricity. The large quantity of biogas can also produce electricity. Next, biogas contains about 55 to 60% methane and the rest is carbon dioxide. In the biogas, there is 55 to 60% methane and then the rest one is carbon dioxide. Biogas is very good manure and it's convenient to use. Also, biogas produces a good manure. It is very good manure. So these are some points which makes biogas an eco-friendly fuel because it completely decomposes and do not produce any harmful effects. So it is eco-friendly. The biogas cycle is given. What happened in the farm? Animal husbandry, biofuel production, crop harvesting, industrial processing, human consumption. Now, what happens? Solar energy from solar energy by photosynthesis process, plant produces their food. So these plants eaten by some animals and by digesting they produce their dung, animal dung, which can be further put into anaerobic digestion chamber. This chamber in which microorganisms present which converts the animal dung or dry leaves into decomposes it and into manure and gas. The gas is collected in another chamber in another pipe and manure is collected in another chamber, two different chambers. So the gas is used for cooking purpose and manure is used as a fertilizer in the field. So this is how the biogas cycle exhibits its function from sun to plant, plant to animal, animal to biogas chamber to any purpose which wherever we want to use it. Next question is explain the following. Diamond, graphite and fullerences are crystalline forms of carbon. Now why diamond, graphite and fullerenes are crystalline? Since till now we know what is crystalline form or if we know what is crystalline form, then why we call diamond, graphite and crystalline? So reason for that is answer. A diamond, graphite and fullerenes are three crystalline form of carbon because a crystalline form has a definite and regular geometrical pattern. Crystalline form have definite, regular and geometrical pattern. As we know, diamond have a definite and regular arrangement of atoms. Graphite also have regular arrangement. Fullerenes also have regular arrangement. And below, diagrams is given as the structure of graphite, structure of diamond, structure of Buckminster Fullerenes. These three structure in which we can clearly see their regular arrangement of atoms, definite shape. Second reason, the structure of all the three crystalline form has a definite shape, sharp edges, and plane surfaces, graphite, diamond, and fullerenes, in which we can also exhibit the properties of crystalline form, that is sharp edge, definite shape, plane surface, etc. Third, graphite has hexagonal layered structure. See the structure of graphite. It's have a the atoms are arranged in hexagonal way, six carbon atoms attached to each other. It's arranged layer on layer, layer on layer. Second, diamond has a tetragonal three-dimensional structure. As the structure of diamond, you can see the structure is known as tetragonal. The fifth one is fullerenes exist in the form of buckyballs and bucky tube. Next is explain the following. Methane is called marsh gas. Now, why methane is called marsh gas? Methane gas is also called marsh gas because it is the product of decay in swamp and marshes from organic materials under water. And in the stomach, the main process for the production of methane is anaerobic digestion. Now, images given in the slides are multi-places in which methane gas is produced. Now, why methane is marsh gas? Because it is produced by decay of some biodegradable materials like plants, leaves, animals, etc. On dying the biodegradable materials or organic materials, the methane gas is produced. So the areas in which most of the organic substance decompose is swamp, pond, muddy areas. These are the some areas given besides. Here you can see the inside of the water. Something is decay